today. I want to thank you all for joining us. And I know you're not directly on the call with me right now, but that's okay. Today we are talking about, here we go. Let me just bring it up for you so you can see what I'm talking about. We are talking about how to propel your business at warp speed. So all the things you got to do if you want to really excel your business. So let's get started. First of all, hello to everyone joining. I'm just going to put my glasses on here so I can see things a little bit better. We're going to, create trailblazers here within you. So I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks. Now, if you want help implementing all of this stuff, I can help you. I can tell you where to go to get the proper help, whatever the case may be. But right now, I'm just going to give you the steps you need to take to propel your business forward. Let's get started. All right. So first of all, you want to maybe start entering and joining a lot of mastermind groups. So wherever you find people who know more than you want to start doing that. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who challenge you and inspire you. Your mastermind groups are to share insights, brainstorm ideas, and receive valuable feedback that propels you forward. Okay. Then you want to do continuous learning. And that means, of course, invest in yourself, invest in your skill set, start paying for courses, extra courses that you could take, get some coaches, read anything you can. If you have to listen to audio on tape, get audio on tape, do that. You'll find that you will become incredibly successful because you have all that knowledge in your brain that you start to use. So stay ahead of industry trends by, maybe getting some magazines, online magazines, and reading that, because you want to outshine your competitors, and that's how you're going to do it. The third thing you want to do is embrace innovation. And what does that mean? It means to strive to disrupt. Okay, you guys, you want to be a trend setter, not a follower. Okay, so get out there. It's about innovating in your services, your marketing, your experiences, and captivating your audience, you guys. So embrace innovation. It means that you will enthusiastically be open and welcome to new creative ideas, methods, and approaches. Okay, guys, that's what you want to do. It involves being receptive to change, and actively seeking ways to improve, disrupt, and revolutionize existing processes, products, or services by embracing innovation, individuals, and businesses, because they're all willing to take risks. So that means you have to be too, okay? So explore the uncharted territories of the world. Get out there, do some unconventional thinking, try to do outside the box. You'll find success there. This is the generation for exactly this, where they're just trying new things and having fun with it, and people are making money off that. So go for it. Delegation and outsourcing too, guys. Recognize your strengths and delegate tasks that don't align to them. Outsourcing can free up a lot of your time. I free up all of my time. Well, not a lot. I free up my time to do other more important things that other people can't do. So what I do is I outsource, those content creation, that's outsourced now. I also outsource all my client acquisition. That's outsourced. I'm outsourcing my accounting to somebody. Also, I have a new accountant that's keeping track of everything now. Everything's being outsourced for me. I have people helping me with everything. So you want to very much do the same thing for yourself. And then there's this thing called rapid prototyping. I don't know if you've ever heard for it. Basically, it's about not being a perfectionist. Stop trying to be perfect. Just get it out, okay? It's about getting it out right now, because what we're doing is we're gathering feedback and we're trying to refine our approach, just like Mr. Beast does. If you've ever looked up Mr. Beast, he's incredible, making millions and millions of dollars every single month. That's because him and his team sit down and start doing stuff like this. They were putting out all their stuff. They've been at it for 12 years. They've been putting out all of their stuff in the beginning, and they still do this, where they go and they look at all of the stuff they've got. They conceptualize it, which is telling you to do it here. Conceptualize, get a clear idea of what you want to create, define the problem that you're solving, go to your target audience and your core features or your elements. That's how you want to start, okay? So figure it out exactly who you're talking to and what the idea is. Once you've done that, that's when you start your basic prototype, okay? So build a simple, slow fidelity version of your idea. So it's gonna be not perfect. It's going to be the low end stuff. You know, maybe the music won't be perfect. It'll just be an idea of what you want. You know, you have the basic sketch of it, the basic model, you know, because you're going to have changes coming. So try not to perfect it right at the beginning, because you're just going to waste time if you try to keep doing that. Test and gather feedback. So you send it out to the people who need to look at it. You gather the feedback. Even if you're putting it online, focus on capturing the main functionality of everything. And that, of course, guys, is that you want to focus on capturing, you know, what the product is doing for that person, what they can gain from your product, that sort of stuff. Figure it out. And then that's what you're going to be talking about. But you definitely want to create it quickly, just to get it out so people can see it. If you look online right now on Facebook, everywhere, you know, any content, actually, very little of it is actually looks perfected. Now, what is perfected is the time between clips, blah, blah, blah. Those things are perfected, but the images themselves may or may not be for much of the stuff that's out there. So what you're wanting to do is test and gather feedback. So when you share your prototype with potential users or stakeholders, in some cases, you want to collect the feedback and the insights about the usability, the functionality and the overall experience of the video itself that you've just created. So you want to ask your friends these kind of questions. Ask if that's who you're showing it to or whatever. You want to start to refine and iterate. So based on the feedback, make necessary improvements, refine it. What I do is when I create a video, I put it up to a G Drive and my entire staff looks at it. And then I get every single one of them to rate it and tell me what they would change in the video, what they liked, what they didn't like. And then I go back and I work on it a little bit more before it gets posted. That's what I want you guys to start doing. Get a group of people, trusted people that you can ask. Get your stuff out there, get them to tell you what works, what doesn't work, and send it back. Now make sure these people are aligned with your ideas and what you like and what you're going for. Then you want to build your prototype. So using the prototyping tools of software, any kind of software. I use several different types. If you want to know which ones, I can tell you. Just put a message below and I'll contact you to let you know. But you want to create a more detailed and interactive version of the idea. So here's where you're going to be adding the music, all the lights, all the glitz of it. You know, the basic mock-up is just like an image and the words. You don't put all the glitz behind it as of yet. So this might be the clickable buttons that you're going to be putting in after that, you know, basic interactions. This is where when I put it up, I'm getting to load it up to the platforms. That's where I add big banners towards it, or, you know, I'm putting my keywords into whatever, all these sorts of things. So then you do your test again. Now that you've got your perfect model, you send it to that same crew again. And then they can tell you exactly what they would change. And then again, you go back and you do it. You repeat this cycle. You see repeating the cycle, continue to refine and build and test in your model. That's what we want to do. So you have a group of tested friends that you can trust. Now, if you don't have anybody, because you want to gather this data. So what you want to do then is put stuff out and ask people, what do you think of my content? Stuff like that. You can ask people online, get a survey going, that sort of thing, and get them to tell you what they think. But basically, you will know by also the schematics of it all. So go and look at the data that Facebook offers. They give you analytics. So does link Instagram and TikTok and all that. You get analytics from there. Go look at your analytics. See who's looking more at your content. That's going to tell you which ones show better. It's also going to show you how quickly they time out of your video. So you'll see if they're timing out up to 4 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. So if they're timing out sooner, you'll know that, first of all, many of those people may not be your ideal client. And if that's the case, that's because in your hook, you aren't saying exactly what your video is about. So there you're hooking in people until they figure out what it's about and they leave. That messes up your algorithm. So make sure in the first page, you always have a banner that says what exactly it is it's about, or you say exactly what it is it's about in the first 4 seconds. So they know, so that if they want to click out, they're clicking there. That's, you don't mind the first 4 second click outs. Those are fine. Those are people who aren't meant for you. You want the people that say. And then of course, just repeat this cycle. Just repeat it, right? Iterate towards the final product. So the idea is to always get your best version. So you can see the days that you're looking, Go look at that model and then try to recreate and make that model better. Go to the time they're clicking out and go, okay, that's where they clicked out. So then we've got to figure out why they're all clicking out there and make it more interesting, make it better, maybe more rapid screenshots, whatever it is you need to do to keep your audience, keep it, right? Rapid prototyping allows you to quickly validate concepts by making these adjustments based on real user feedback. So it's going to reduce the risk, the investment risk on yourself and the time risk when you do it this way. That's how you're going to actually figure out exactly if your stuff is good or not, is by doing all of these steps here, right? Figuring it out, writing actually your ideas out on a paper so that you've got it going and you can look at your analytics and do the work. Now, the next thing you want to do is start networking intensely, guys. That means attending conferences, workshops, virtual events, anything and anything that you can in your niche. Find the people, go to it, make friends. You may make clients. You may start to partner with people. You may find mentors. Get out there. Get yourself out there as much as you can afford to get out there. Number 7, bold marketing strategies. Push the envelope. If you look at my stuff, I'm starting to push the envelope a lot more every day, and I want you guys to start doing the same thing. Okay, so utilize influencers if you can. Utilize campaigns, other people's campaigns. You could do guerrilla marketing tactics. If you want to know what that's about, ask me. I will tell you more about that. Or you could just Google what guerrilla marketing tactics are. But go out there and create some buzz, you guys. So, yeah, maybe we'll actually do a whole show about guerrilla marketing coming up for you guys, okay? But what we want you to do here, first of all, is bold marketing strategies. So what you're doing here is calculating the risks, capture their attention, engage the target audience. So I've mentioned many times that I want to go after Andrew Tate's audience because I know that many of them are going to have PTSD and many of them are going to need some help to build up their backbone muscle, perhaps, or their machismo a little bit to be the best, or maybe they're getting stuck when they see other people succeeding. And so they may want my help. So that's who I'm going after. So that's why I push the boundaries towards that. I'm trying to put content out that's going to attract that type of person. That's what you want to do. Okay. So engage your target audience, create a memorable impact. If you look at my videos, some of them have somebody else's clip at the beginning. So you'll see somebody throwing like a huge snowball down a car park and then it crashes and then it goes into my video. It's to gain attention. So whatever you put in your first 4 or 5 seconds matters. Make sure it's a very good hook. Even if it's you on the screen, make sure what you're saying hooks attention. Do not waste your time introducing yourself. Don't do any of that crap in the first 5 seconds. What you want to do is introduce the video. Okay, so maybe you want to get out there and start influencer collaboration. So find the people you love and ask them if you can collaborate with them, get to know them. This is why up here you are going out and networking intensely, because you want to start doing that with the influencers and the collaborators. Okay, you want to get out there. You want to make it a viral campaign. Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to develop and create shareable content, stuff that people can share. You're not going to put too much calls to action. You can, but by that I'm saying don't put your logo, I mean, you can put your logo, but not your website or anything like that. Like, don't make it look like a sales thing, and more people will be apt to share your stuff. If it's funny, if it's thought-provoking, if it's challenging, if it's cool, fun to watch, whatever, they're going to share it more. So do something like that. Try to get it more shareable if you can. And here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about the guerrilla marketing, but what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to actually make a whole video about this. It's about thinking outside the box and executing unconventional attention-grabbing campaigns in unexpected places. So you might want to do your thing in street art. You might want to do a flash mob. You might want to do a pop-up installation, you know, to create instant buzz. I know you guys see a lot of this stuff on Facebook, on Instagram, stuff like that, people going out and doing that, hug campaigns, all that stuff. This is what they're talking about, guerrilla marketing. Okay, so we will actually do probably a show all about that coming up. Actually, I'm going to write that down because I never even thought about it. Guerrilla. Okay. Anyways, Then you want to start doing stunts and PRs. You'll see a lot of this online with, you know, well, people like Andrew Tate does a lot of this crap, but also you'll find other people who do stunts. Now, of course, please be safe. Don't do stupid shit. But you know, plan to get some attention. Do something that's going to align with your brand. So I'm a therapist. There's no freaking way I'm going out and doing some sort of flash mob, something stunt, something that's going to draw attention in a horrible way. But I might do some sort of, you know, contest or stunt that will help people to become their best version of themselves or something like that, right? But you want to generate media attention, media coverage for yourself, if at all possible. So I don't know how you want to figure out how you're going to do it, but you can. And you can also use AI to figure out what kind of stunts you can put for your niche. Just put this into AI and it will help you figure out some good PR stunts you can do that are legal. So it will tell you that. It'll give you some good ideas to run with. And then what I urge you to do is not just run with that stunt, but change it up a little bit so it's more of you in it. It's just basic. The AI is just to give you the idea. Okay, and then you want to do controversial marketing. Again, Andrew Tate does a lot of this, guys. So if you want to be like Andrew Tate and have a bad name and you're not worried about people getting mad at you and all of that stuff, then absolutely do controversial marketing. One good way of doing this is going out and getting a news piece that's controversial and then having that as your hook, or having that as something you talk about. That'll bring people to you, and then make that relevant to your content as well. So that's very important that you can do that, because you want to capture some attention, right? So find something that's a little bit more controversial and add that to what you talk about. You want to make it an interactive experience. So oftentimes you want to create immersive experiences that allows customers to engage in your brand. You know, they want to get in deep on that level. So do virtual reality, augmentative reality, interactive installations that can leave a lasting impression. Again, if you need help with ideas on how to do this, AI will tell you. Just use AI and they'll help you figure it out. Limited time offers. That's a great way to get people involved. You can say, you know, this is offered for 5 days only, limited time offer, limited amount offered, these sorts of things. That encourages immediate action. Now, that being said, if you don't have a big audience, if your audience isn't the type of audience that is there for the right reason, so if you didn't attract them properly, so they're not there for what your niche is, this won't matter. They're not going to freaking buy from you anyways. Okay, so don't put all of your hopes in this when you create it. You actually have to have the right audience on your platform that will buy from you. So you had to have been nurturing them. You had to have been moving them towards the sale already. Or you could do limited time offers that you do in paid ads. That will work much better because you get a broader audience in that case. User-generated content campaigns. So basically what that is encouraging your customers to create content related to your brand. So this can include user-generated reviews, photos, videos that showcase their experience with your product or service. Also, if you want, if you're starting a business, you can ask them to have a little contest to create your logo and the winner gets a prize or something like that. You know, do some sort of campaign. It works. You want to do cause-related stuff. I don't do anything like that because I don't want to market ourselves with any causes at all, but you may want to. You may be all over the cause sort of situation. So you may want to align your brand with some sort of social or environmental cause that resonates with your audience. I find, don't be surprised that you're going to alienate a buttload of people if you do that. So be careful on that one, on what you choose, because you will start to alienate, okay? Because I know when we told people in the beginning of their business, we wipe your social media of your personality and of your opinions, and then start your business, because you're going to offend people. Then you want to do personalized and gamifications or gamifications. Tailor your marketing efforts to individuals, customers that are utilizing personalized techniques. Okay, so gamify your campaigns with interactive challenges, quizzes, rewards, those types of things. And again, if you need help creating all of this stuff, you can get it done by the AI systems. They will give you challenges. They will give you games within your niche that you can get people doing to get them to follow you. Okay, and again, Do storytelling. People love stories. Create a compelling story or craft a compelling story that connects with your audience on an emotional level. Once they get attached to you there, you get a lot of people saying, I want to be just like you. I want what you got. I want to do what you did. That's what you want to start doing. So remember, the key is bold. Be bold, be authentic, and that's going to help your brand to grow. Okay, guys, so the next thing you want to do is agile decision making. That's very important for anybody involved. So foster a culture of quick, informed decisions. Use data-driven insights, pivot swiftly, and seize opportunities as they arise. That goes back to the don't be a perfectionist. That's not what you got to do. You have to trust your instincts. It's okay to sleep on something for a night, but more often than not, you want to jump according to what your gut instincts are telling you. So how can you be efficiently agile? Okay, so first of all, cross-functional teams. Assemble a team with diverse skills and expertise. Make sure everybody knows they're coming to the game with all their skills expected to be in play. This ensures multiple perspective and accelerated problem solving. Somebody also told me with this, it's important because nowadays people are very unreliable. So I was having problems with my content creators, quitting, getting discouraged. I would suggest getting 2 part-time each, and getting them to do something and separating the skills at first until you find someone that you really like to work with. Because if one leaves, you're stuck until you find another one. So if you can, the team in the beginning can have 2 of everything until you find the one you like, and then you can release the other one and have only the one on that you really like. Or if they're both great, then even better for you because you have more work there. But anyway, set out some clear goals. And by that, we mean for your team and for yourself. You have to define everything. Be very, very, very specific about your objections or your objectives for your project. Knowing the desired outcomes makes decision-making much more focused and much more fun. And everybody, if they know exactly what's expected of them, they can strive towards that. Letting people into your mind is incredibly important. So the more you get out on paper with this about your goals, the better your team will become. Okay, so be very data driven, base decisions on data and analytics. I can't tell you how important this is. We very, very much go over how our videos have played, how many likes did we have, how many comments, how many touches did we have on there, how long did they last in the video. This all matters. How many calls were booked that week as well, off of the data coming out. This matters because I'm monitoring exactly what my staff is doing too. I'm monitoring every single step they take. Therefore, I know for every second of the day, is their time being used properly? Monitor the shit out of stuff. You have to get driven insights on everything before you make any decisions, because you can see little increments of growth when you think you're stagnant. If you look at the analytics, you'll see that, yes, you are increasing, you are getting better. Just keep working towards that. So, and then of course, prioritization. So here again, I do the most important stuff that my staff can't do. And then I give them the other tasks. So know which task to give to who and know what's most important. Tell your staff what's at the top priority every single morning. This is the top priority today. This has to get done. And then this, and then this, and then this. You are the leader of the pack. You give that information. And even for yourself, make the list. And at the top of your list, you have the most important stuff. Okay. You have to work it around so that you can create that for yourself so that it works fast. You know exactly what to do in order to do it. Be interactive in your approach. Break projects into smaller, more manageable phases. Okay, so when you complete one phase, you have a coffee break, you come back and you move on to the next step. You adjust by small real-time feedback. That's called the Pomodoro approach. Okay, so what you want to do is do 25-minute approaches or whatever. Do small tasks, break it down. So what I did as an example for one post every day, here's how I do it. In the morning, when we're creating content, the first thing I'll do is I'll create all of the scripts for that content. Now, once that's created, I will create, I'll put that aside and I'll get my next step. When I come back to it in the next phase, that's when I'm going to create all of the boards within Canva for that. Then my next phase is I'll create the videos for that. Then my next phase is blah, blah, blah. Then you start editing it together and da, da, da. I don't do it all in one sitting, right? I break it into steps as to how things get done. So in fact, I create a few videos during a period of time. I write a few scripts during a period of time. So I set out an hour a day where I'm writing scripts, an hour a day where I'm creating videos, an hour a day where I'm recording audio, and an hour a day where I'm doing this. That's what I tend to like to do. And I suggest you do the same thing by having this kind of approach, okay? It's going to help you to break things up and be more manageable. Have regular meetings with your staff. So that's what we have to do. My staff and I meet twice a week, but every single morning we're in discussions, and then all day, every day, I'm in discussions with them all day. We're helping each other out through everything. Keep your eye on everyone and everything in your group at all times. This way you're always picking up on roadblocks and you can make the proper decision to get past it. I have my team coming to me the second something happens. We don't wait till the end of the day or the next day. They come to me the second it happens, because we have a WhatsApp that we have constant conversations with each other there. So make sure that you get that feedback loop as well. Encourage that open communication and feedback with your staff. I tend to play with my staff a little bit too. So not only all business. For example, today, one of my staff members challenged me to a mind sweep game, because we were joking around about how my computer was meant for older people who just want to play, the odd card game and send emails, and I need a new computer. And he just laughed and he says, "Oh, Minesweep, that's a great game." And I said, "Yes, it is. I love that game." And so now we're challenging each other in our free time tonight to play Minesweep. So do stuff like that, build a relationship, a rapport with your staff. You don't have to tell them about your private life. You don't have to tell them anything like that, but you still want them to have a little fun. You want to be able to trust you. You want them to come back to you and make sure they're talking. That's going to help the feedback loop. Okay, you want to do that mostly with your team members, but also with your customers. You want to let your customers know exactly that you do have an open door policy. They can come and ask you anything they want as well if they want. You have a great spot. Make sure you have a spot where the customers can come and ask their questions if you want. What I do with my groups, any groups I have, is I make sure that they all each have a WhatsApp group so that we have a private chat. So if there's anything of an emergency, they need an answer right now, they go to the private chat and I'll get to them. Okay, you want to do risk management. Identify potential risks and devise consistent plans. This minimizes disruptions, okay? It's going to facilitate quick responses to challenges. That's what you want to do. Always have a plan in place. But going back to the feedback loop, guys, make sure that also when you book your appointments, like if an appointment setter is booking the appointment, let's say to your closer or to you, make sure that person actually starts another group chat for, if the client knows that that's not you, of course, a group chat for you, your client, and the closer, so that you could see everything that's going on, or at least for the closer or you and the client. Because when you get those chats, that way they have constant access to you, you have constant access to them. It works out better. Number 9, empowerment. So you want to delegate decision-making authority to team members. Why? Because it helps them feel empowered. They become more active as a part of your team. So the more tasks, the more decision-making they get, the better they feel about themselves. And it helps them to do better work as well, because then they'll take ownership and they'll start to act swiftly, because now this is their stuff and they're real proud of it. So then you want to start doing time boxing, and that means set time limits for decision-making stuff. This prevents over-analysis of stuff, so ensure decision is made properly. That's why I allow an hour a day for certain tasks, 30 minutes for this, 15 minutes for that. And I actually, even when I'm talking to my staff, when I set out their training, in the training, it shows them exactly how long each task should take. And that's exactly what I anticipate and expect that they are doing. You guys are doing that, right? If you guys are watching this. Okay, experimentation. Embrace a culture of experimentation, test hypotheses quickly, and validate concepts to learn from outcomes. Okay, so again, you could do focus groups to figure this out, but mostly you want to just kind of start paying attention to stuff. Go and look at all the experiments that are going on in the world. You can quickly figure out, just by you even experimenting on different colors in the background. Post the same video twice on different platforms even, or wherever. One has a blue background, one has a purple background. You'll see which one people like better, that sort of thing. That's what they mean by experimentation. So go ahead and do stuff like that. Be very adaptable in everything. So don't be stuck to what you love. Other people may not love it. So get ready to change, be ready to be flexible and start pivoting. You want to do decision frameworks, which means that you do tailored to your business. So when you're doing that, you're structuring your approach to be more complex because it is tailored to you. So it goes with what your vision is. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have that in place. And again, that's going to help everybody to understand what your goals are. Then, of course, celebrate your progress. That's what I tell everybody all the time. Every week I go out and celebrate all the positive stuff for my week that I've gotten written down in a book. At the end of every day, I write down what I've accomplished. That's what you need to start doing so that you can see that you're getting better. Then you go out and celebrate what you've done. Celebrate your progress. I celebrate with my staff all the time. In fact, that's why we were playing Minesweepers, because we were celebrating having booked 3 or 4 calls today. He booked for us. So he was celebrating, and that was our celebration, that we were going to take a break and play Minesweep. Do whatever it is that makes you guys happy. And then, of course, do reflection and improvement. You've always got to reflect on your work, you alone on your work. Do I like what the progress is? Do I like where we're going? Do I like how it feels? All of these sorts of things. And identify what areas work well and what areas need improvement. And then it's up to you to make the changes. You can't expect your staff to do it for you. They're not going to see what you want or your vision. That's up to you. Okay. And then, of course, keep yourself at a high performance mindset. You want to do that for you and your team. So if you get a team going, you want to make sure that they are resilient, that they have that unwavering belief towards your success and theirs. So every day you want to boost them up. You want to be excitable. You want to get them going and keep them in that high performance mindset. I know I was watching a video from Andrew Tate one day, and he was saying that he had a company that was, it was making a few million a year. And he ended up going away for something. I think he was in the hospital or something along those lines. He was gone for a while. And when he was gone, his business tanked because the staff didn't keep it up. There was nobody there to motivate them, nothing like that. So they lost what they wanted to do and everything tanked. So make sure that you are elevating them, that you are telling them, making sure that their mindset is in the top mindset. And of course, celebrate their wins and, learn from their losses. So what I do again is I ask my team to write down, after a phone call, after talking with someone, write down where they went wrong, write down what they felt went right, write down how that call went, all of that stuff, so you can learn from it and grow from it. And again, every now and again, I grab some of their videos and we look at them and we go in and tell them exactly where they went wrong in the video, why the sale didn't happen, all those things. You got to do the gameplay like you do with yourself too. If you don't have staff yet, do this to yourself. Look over your videos, look at your calls that you had with somebody, watch the call, and you can see by the body language of the person exactly where you went wrong in that call and why you didn't make that sale. Start watching, do gameplay like you would with a coach and a basketball team. Then, of course, that's exactly the next step. If you can, get yourself a coach who's going to help you with this, all this stuff, because a mentor is always the best thing you can have. And that's why you want to go out and network and find all of these people. So you find the right person for you, get yourself covered with that. And of course, most importantly is global expansion. That's what I'm doing. And so if you want to make it big, you've got to get out to the world, explore your international opportunities, because tapping into that global market is a make or break thing for you. If you want to make it really big, you've got to allow it to go out of your community. So there you go, guys. If you want to be an amazing trailblazer and ascend to big things, this is how it is done. And I look forward to seeing what you guys do with everything you got going on. So put comments below and tell me how your company's going, and let's see you progress. See you guys soon. Bye, guys.